Watch this video until the very end because this update could completely flip how Blox Fruits is played. And before anything else, make sure you like the video and subscribe because things are about to get wild. And the moment this teaser dropped, the entire community froze, not because of flashy visuals or crazy animations, but because of how quiet it was. A black screen, no explanation, and one single word, control. Except even that word wasn't normal. The O's were replaced with hollow circles, and that small detail alone sent people into full speculation mode. Because Blox Fruits does not tease updates like this unless something big is coming. And if you've been around long enough, you already know that when the devs say less, it usually means the update does more, and that silence is intentional, designed to make players stop scrolling and start thinking. And the reason this teaser hits so hard is because control isn't just a cool name. It directly challenges the current way people play the game. Because right now Blox Fruits is all about speed, rushing opponents, landing combos before the other player can react, and ending fights as fast as possible. But the word control instantly makes players uncomfortable. Because control means slowing things down, limiting movement, forcing decisions. And when you really think about it, that's terrifying for a PvP-heavy game. Because if movement gets restricted or positioning suddenly matters more than raw speed, then the entire meta could shift overnight, and players who rely on muscle memory alone might suddenly struggle. And those hollow circles replacing the O's are doing way more work than people realize. Because circles in games almost always represent zones, areas, or boundaries, which immediately makes players wonder if this update is about controlling space rather than dealing damage. And that idea alone changes everything. Because if someone can control where you're allowed to move, then it doesn't matter how strong your combo is, you're fighting on their terms. And that's why this teaser exploded across the community so fast, because it doesn't give answers, it forces questions. And questions keep players talking way longer than explanations ever could. You can already see the effect happening in real time. Players are hoarding fragments, saving fruits, changing builds, and testing different playstyles just in case. And that's before the update is even officially revealed, which shows how powerful this teaser actually is, because it's already controlling player behavior without adding a single new feature yet. And that's something only the biggest updates manage to do, because when players feel uncertain, they prepare. And preparation means more playtime, more experimentation, and more engagement across the entire game. And let's be real, if this was just another fruit or a simple rework, we would have already seen an ability preview, an animation, or at least some kind of hint. But instead we got mystery. And mystery usually means a system-level change, something that affects everyone, not just players who equip one specific item. And that's where things get really serious, because system changes don't just tweak balance, they rewrite habits, and habits are what most players rely on to win fights consistently. That's why so many people are calling this update scary, because it threatens comfort, and comfort is everything in competitive games. Once players find something that works, they stick to it. But control suggests that no build is completely safe anymore, because if the battlefield itself can work against you, then mistakes get punished harder, reactions matter more, and fights become less about spamming abilities and more about reading your opponent, which some players are going to love and others are going to hate, but either way, it forces change. And the timing of this teaser makes it even smarter, because it dropped when the meta feels stable, when people feel confident in their builds and playstyles, and updates that hit during stability always shake things up the hardest, because they force relearning, and relearning means longer sessions, more testing, and more discussion, which is exactly what keeps a game alive. And the silence around control is part of that strategy, because explaining it too early would kill the tension. But letting speculation run wild keeps everyone locked in. And the craziest part is that control is already doing exactly what it promises. It's controlling attention, controlling conversations, and controlling how players think about